say you're practicing, right? And you bring the bike up and you're chasing it out. Just put it down and reset, slow down, and start again. If you can see in majority of my videos, you see me tap my front brake or you see me press my front brake, and that's just to slow me down so I can start from a slower speed. So I've been practicing, like say I'm doing 15-20 miles an hour. I want to come up from there, or I could come up at 40, it doesn't really matter, but I'll tap my brake to slow down so I come up at a slower speed instead of coming up faster and then trying to slow down. So that's another thing. Ain't nothing wrong with the resetting. You think you're chasing it out, drop that bike gently, put it down gently, and then just start over again. And you know, you get better over time with just the repetition. So I'll show a couple of my chasers in a bit on the way back, but for right now I don't think it's ideal because I'm in traffic. I could do stand-ups because, you know, and I've gotten better at my stand-ups. Now I could turn some corners. Like if it's a wide corner, I can make it around that corner. And I've been doing them in third gear and second gear. I love second gear, but second gear is way more brake work, and because my hand isn't at its full potential as yet, I've just been doing them in third gear, because third gear I just get up and I just hold it, and I realize half the time you don't even need to use your brake. I got so much engine braking where I just let off the throttle, I rolled off the throttle and the bike wants to come down. So in like a couple of my reels, you see the bike dip, and that's because I think I'm going back too far, because it's all a mental game, and the bike will dip, and then I get back on the throttle and then bring her back up again. So I just wanted to talk about that today, about chasing wheelies. So how can you tell you're chasing? One, you're running out of RPMs, because you're probably going too fast, and then two, you're gradually increasing speed. And again, ain't nothing wrong with it. It's all about practicing, because the more you ride, the better you get, and the more you practice, the better you get. And if you're around like-minded people, it makes it easier. And if you can't find nobody to ride with, because half the time you don't have nobody to ride with anyways, it's just a matter of getting out there and just remembering, all right, put it in my head, I don't want to be chasing wheelies. Because not only they look good, I ain't gonna lie, you know, you could pop it up going down the street. Some of them look good, I like seeing them, but for me personally, I don't want to be doing that, because I'd rather be going down the road at 40 miles an hour and someone pulls out on me and I have somewhat time to put her down and then get out of the way, or, you know, swerve out of them, opposed to me going down the road 90 miles an hour and then someone pulls out on me and I'm fucked. I go airborne, or worst case scenario, I kick the bucket, you know. But again, it comes with time. On one of my Instagram videos where I was chasing wheelies, that one for the night, that's one of my most favorite videos, because that's the longest wheelie I've done. I think I'll put a clip in here, or I'll put the link to my Instagram wherever. The wheel of the day, but I got it pinned. It's the longest wheelie that I did, and I was so excited. And I came up at like 60, and I was at 100 miles an hour in that wheelie. Yeah, I was at 100 miles per hour in that wheelie, but you could hear me screaming because I was so excited, because it felt so good, and it was the longest wheelie that I did. And then after that, I'm like, it wasn't a road where nobody could pull out. But after that, I was like, yeah, this ain't this ain't it. I gotta do better. I'll be right back in a second with the beauty of editing. Bam. And we are back. Hopefully yeah, y'all can hear my voice, but I'll demonstrate me chasing my sit downs in a bit. I lost my chain of thought because I was thinking about something else, and then I completely forgot what I was trying to say. But oh, music. I know a lot of us ride with music on, and I was telling one of my guys the other day, he was trying to learn how to wheelie, and I was telling him, yo, shut the music off. I know you want to get in your zone, but what helped me was everybody learns differently. Some people can't ride without music. Some people got music on right throughout the day, you know, while they're riding. To each his own. But I was telling him, turn the music off or down and listen to your engine, bro. That way you can see. Pay attention to your engine. Pay attention to what you're doing. Don't be distracted by what you're vibing to. Turn the stuff down so you can see and hear how the motor is when you're doing what you're doing. Let me give you all a definition of me chasing. Alright, the light is coming up. But I was gonna show y'all me. I'll show y'all when I move from the light, me chasing my sit downs. It is a bit windy. Anyways, that might help you. Turning your music down might help you, so you can pay attention to what you're doing, because I felt like that held me back in a second when I just started. This is second gear. So listen to my engine chasing. That's chasing, right? You can hear me run out of RPMs. That's the definition of chasing. I gain more speed and I run out of RPMs. So back to the music. Me shutting the music off helped me to focus on what I was doing, and I think it made me better, because even now I don't ride with the music on. I already know how to do my stand-up, so I'll turn some music on, like if I just want to cruise. But if I'm gonna wheelie or whatever, I turn it down, because not only do I know what the engine sounds like, but I also know what that feeling is like when I hit balance point as well, where the bike gets super light. So listen to this engine right here. I'm not gaining speed. I'm still at the same RPM. I guarantee you can hear the difference. Like this is chasing it. This is me slowing them down. But you could tell the difference with just the way the motor sounds. You could tell I was chasing it when I was coming closer. The bike was down a little bit more, and then you hear the RPMs change as soon as I come up and get, you know, back to balance point, and then I drop back a little bit, and then I tap the brake, and then I slowed it down. So in summary, you're gonna keep chasing them until you get gotten better. Another thing I want to add to the information is this. He likes that wheelie. One other thing I want to add to the information is this. It's also a good idea, I was told, for when you come up, you want to come up and go straight to balance point. You don't want to, but again, everything takes time. When you come up, you want to go immediately to balance point. That way you could use your brake to hold you behind balance point faster, instead of chasing it up to balance point. Does that make sense? Because if you chase it up to balance point, then you got a longer distance to go before you get to balance point, and you can slow it down. Whereas then if you pop it up and come immediately to balance point, which again, it all comes with practice. Pop it up and you come immediately to balance point, then you can hover around there and then you do more brake work. But I just wanted to make this video today to show y'all, you know, or to give y'all a couple tips or whatever. Because as you see, I'm chasing the sit downs, but on the stand-ups, which I'm comfortable and I've practiced more, then I'm not chasing them. And I showed you the difference. So, you know, to each his own. Do with this information as you will. And Thank y'all for riding with me today. I appreciate it, and then y'all know, ride safe. Peace.